Hello guys, so I was thinking about what I wanted to film this week and I'm like, we need to do a vlog. I have some crazy stuff going on. I'm not about to sit here and serve you lukewarm tea, okay? It's piping hot. We'll get there. But in the meantime, I'm making a little iced matcha for myself. I'm gonna do an at-home workout. My secret key ingredient for an iced matcha latte, sounds weird, coconut extract. Then I add my honey, and don't ask what's happening with my honey. It's a sticky mess. That's a problem for another day. First thing to discuss is that these are my last few days of being 38, and I am first and foremost here to tell you, don't be afraid of getting older. Society tells us that getting older is scary and bad, but we are in fact getting better with time, getting better with age. But for my birthday every year, I like to do something fun, just to have an excuse to get all of my friends and favorite people together. So this year, I'm taking everyone out to one of my favorite places ever in San Diego. It's called the Shout House, and it's a dueling piano bar. Like, it's just pure dopamine. Now I'm gonna go do my rebounding, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my last video. I hope you've seen it, because those are random things that I'm very passionate about that have been helping me just be happier. And rebounding is right there near the top of the list because it boosts my mood. This is ridiculous, I know, but let's see if we can chat a little more while I do my workout, because we're multitasking over here. Next little update is what's going on with the divorce, because if you're keeping track, it's been now over a year since I filed for divorce, and unfortunately I'm no closer to being divorced. I'm much closer to being bankrupt. I can't say too much, but let's just say it's more along the lines of a Kelly Clarkson, Bethany Frankel type of situation. But don't worry, if I am learning. I am keeping notes. I literally have a whole folder in my phone of lessons learned and things to pass on, because God forbid any of you in the future have to go through this or anything remotely similar. I've got you. We can learn from my mistakes. Okay, I have left you hanging long enough. Let's get to the good stuff. The juicy life update. I just told Shay in a voice memo, and I need to read you her reply. Oh my goodness, I had to get back to you as soon as I heard this. This was the last thing I thought you would ever tell me for an update, truly. So I'm saying this isn't just shocking to me, it's shocking to my friends and family, and that is I am dating someone. Now, for most divorced people, hearing that isn't that shocking. It's almost to be expected. But for me, this was not only not expected, not planned, it was something I was actively working against. Let's roll the tape. Am I going to date again? When? I am not planning on dating again, ever, or having any sort of romantic relationship. Like, I've seen what I need to see, and I just want to ride solo. So when I said that, it was to a point that if anyone even suggested to me, never say never, you never know what's going to happen, I would be annoyed. I would be like, you're not respecting me. And it was not all talk, okay? I am not on the apps. I've had multiple friends try to set me up with very eligible seeming guys, and I'm like, nope, not interested. When I was out and about in public, I don't even make eye contact with men, not even eye contact. And I realize I shouldn't be talking about this now, but at this point, you all have been here with me through it all. A lot of you have been here since before I was even pregnant with Carter. You've seen the highs, the lows, the extreme lows. And so when I have a little bit of good news, I want to come on here and share and just kind of comment on the fact that you really never know what's gonna happen. I'm over here like fully prepared to die alone with my cats. I'm on my way to becoming a crazy cat lady, and I'm happy with that. And I will say, like, I got to a point where I am fully content, don't want anyone, don't need anyone, have a very full life. Okay, so let's get to the point. One day, just have the most random experience. I'm not gonna say too much who he is, how we met, all that. I'll save that if it does end up working out, because let's be real, like, there's a very decent chance that it won't. I remain highly skeptical, highly guarded. I don't have walls up. I have a full-on fortress. I met this guy, I see him, we go on our first date, and I was like, oh no, amazing first date. And I get home, I go to sleep happy, I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, I can't do this. I shut down. I'm like, I can't get hurt again. I can't risk this. I was retired. I was done with all of that because, how I rationalize it to myself is the risk is not worth the reward. Because when you are in a relationship, you are taking a very important part of yourself and you're giving it to someone else to do with what they please, and they can take it and put it in a blender. And I've already been so damaged, so traumatized from everything I've been through. It just wasn't worth it to me. So anyway, we have this amazing first date. I wake up the next morning and what do? I text him. I say, hey, I'm so sorry. I had a great time meeting you, but I can't date right now. I'm not ready. Felt like the right thing to do at the time. But as the days were going on, I did not feel good about that decision. I felt sad. But he did reach out again. We reconnected. And I was like, you know what? Just have fun. Like, you don't have to take it so seriously. Like, you can meet someone, have fun. He seems great. But another thing I've learned, okay? Again, it's going in the book one day. Anyone can tell you anything they want. They can make themselves to be anyone they want, but it's actions and it's time. The only way you really know is time. Some people will like flip and say something that's immediate red flag, but really it's time, and you have to see how they act, if their actions match their words, and there's no shortcuts for figuring that out. My focus is on my kids, my work, my friends, my family. Like, I have more than enough, like a very, very full plate. And I think the annoying thing about dating is it's distracting. I'm like over here trying to work and focus. You think of them and that's distracting. I mean, it's a good distraction, and finally have a good distraction and not all doom and gloom going on in my mind. So I'm just chill, sitting back. We'll see what happens. But I am seeing him again. The day that you're watching this, I'm seeing him again. So the big question is, what am I going to wear? So I'll show you my options. We're going to like an upscale restaurant. So it's nicer than a t-shirt and jeans, but I don't want to be too dressy. It's like one of those things. So I'll probably wear this. I'll show you the options. You guys can vote down below. Okay, so for this date, I have 3 options of what I'm going to wear. I'll show you all 3 and then vote down below. This is option number 1, the white dress. Oh wait, hold on. The white dress. It's nice and comfortable, stretchy, not too dressy. My concern is that, it's very tight. It shows there's just not a lot of room for dinner. Option number 2, we have a baby blue, like summer dress. But my thinking here is this too like daytime, like a wine tour or an outside something? I don't know if it screams like dinner date to me, but it is so cute. I feel like I should be frolicking on a field in Norway or something. Option number 3, we're going for vibrant yellow. And yellow is my power color. So it's like the strapless dress. I need to pan it down, but it goes all the way to the floor. Okay. Oh, and it's got a slit. Let me know what you think down below. And also, oh my gosh, I have the funniest story. We are putting this to the test. So I was on TikTok and I saw this girl talking about this perfume. This is it. It has pheromones in it. So it's supposed to make you like, more attractive. And she showed herself. She wasn't even like selling it. She didn't link it or anything. And so she showed herself. She's like, I'm not going to tell you if this works. I'm just going to show you what happened when I was out at the bar last night. And she was sitting at the bar and like, she was being swarmed. So I'm like, well, I have to try it for science. On Saturday, it had just arrived in the mail. So I'm like, oh, let me smell it. Let me just try it on. And I was having a pool party that day with like neighbors, friends. There's a bunch of us at the pool. And I walked by and I guess my scent was like floating in the air. And my brother's girlfriend was like, Brittany, what is that smell? I need it. Oh my gosh, like what is that? And I can't remember the last time somebody complimented me on my fragrance, but I was stopped in my tracks. She made me send her the link and I'm like, okay, this is gonna sound a little weird, but it is a arousal perfume. So that was like, maybe we're onto something here. So I will let you know, like, what are the chances? The first time I wear it, I get stopped in my tracks. What is that? So all of that said, those are my life updates for today. I'm so glad that I could finally have just a sliver of good news. Thank you again for being here. Have a good rest of your week. And if you want to catch up with me in the meantime, you can go to my Instagram stories at Vasseur Beauty. I update over there as well. And I will see you soon with a new video.